Hey, on today's episode, I invite Arran Mcleod, and we have a chat about his new single that is just released on Spotify, but also we have a chat about the creative process involved in writing and producing a song, and a bit of his journey and what got him inspired in starting down this path of music production. I hope you enjoy it, and if you haven't already, I would love, and it would be amazing if you could please leave a review on wherever you're listening to this podcast episode from, Spotify or Apple Podcasts or anywhere else. Again, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy today's episode. Hey Arran, how's it going?
Terrible. I wish I was home sleeping right now.
It's hard to find good talent these days.
We're keeping this?
No.
100% keep this. Dude,
You caught me off guard. I'm not even...
really? Can you but everyone in your podcast is like, I'm so good.
Just be honest.
What
Be
if-
honest.
All right.
Okay, that's...
No,
Cool.
you gotta
Yourself.
keep this in because this is good content.
All right, how's it going, Arran?
Dude, awesome. Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it. 100%. I love it.
That's too scripted.
I appreciate you coming to my podcast, Arran Mcleod.
I like your fit. I know most people can't see it right now, but it looks good.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me, considering I just slapped it on like any random clothes.
I'll have to get a photo of it.
I like your fit. It reminds me of something my granddad would wear.
That's my style. Grandpa. Thanks.
Sakura, Elisha. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, that's all right. Thanks for coming on the podcast. So, there'll be a few people out there who know who you are, but there may be lots of people listening to this that have no idea who you are. So, Arran Mcleod, who are you? Not mentioning what you do yet, just who is Arran?
Who is Arran? I'm a child of Jesus. That's it. What else do you want me to say to that?
Who are you as a person?
Who am I as a person? I feel like I am very out there, but my battery will drain quickly. And then I get another random spurt of energy again. And then I'm ready to terrorize people socially. It's a weird dynamic because when I'm around my friends, I am loud. But when I'm by myself, I feel super introverted and really quiet. I don't know if you feel like that when you're going to the supermarket and you're just going through Woolies and you're looking for something.
When I'm going to the supermarket at Woolies, I avoid people. So I'm a very social person normally. But if I'm at the supermarket, I don't want to talk to people. I will put in earphones and try to avoid bumping into people I know. Or I'll have earphones in so I can smile and wave and keep walking.
Put in earplugs.
Yeah.
Just so you don't have to hear anyone.
On that note, actually, this is a bit random, but have you ever faked a phone call to avoid talking to someone in public?
I actually haven't. I don't think I ever have.
It's good to know.
But
You're a better person than I am.
But I'm always looking down on my phone, nerd neck total thing going on.
Yeah.
If you listeners don't know what nerd neck is, just point your head as far as you can forwards and point your chin as well and just hold it.
That feels
Elisha
weird.
looks amazing when he does it.
Yeah, so I wanted to invite you on here to have a chat about a few things going on in your life, and have a chat about creativity.
It's like a therapy session
and purpose. That depends. Depends how deep we're gonna go. I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm sorry. But however. Oh, thank God for editing.
No, we're keeping that in.
No, just the awkward silence part.
Welcome back. We'll be with you after this ad break. Did we tell you about our sponsor from Nivea Men? New shaving cream. They'll get your skin extra smooth and silky. Your wife will thank you.
Our other sponsors are IKEA for the plant on the table, and Factory for these smiley face cups that we're drinking out of
Shout
Factory.
out Justin
Factory.
Bieber. Look at his Elisha. If you don't know, viewers, listeners, whatever y'all is, he has a smiley face nail painting right now.
Smile face is everywhere.
It's very nice. I love it a lot. I'm kind of jealous that I don't have one, but it's my own doing.
So, Aaron, what do you do now? What do you do as a job, first of all?
As a job, I feed kids and walk them from a school to a building next to the school. That's pretty much it.
And in more technical terms, what is that called?
More technical I'm an after school hours care educator currently. Technically, I'm still employed as a teacher aide, as a casual teacher aide, but I haven't got work in so long. And the working hours with after school hours care doesn't really help. It's hard to...
Yeah, hard to do both.
My schedule's kind of flipped now that I only do after school hours care.
And you're studying teaching last year? Why did I question that? Last year.
Is it my last year?
Yeah.
Is it?
No.
Wait.
No.
Dude, I don't know when I finish uni. Someone please tell me.
Well, you're studying teaching. But what are you most passionate about?
So what I'm most passionate about, I would definitely say the creative aspects of my life. I feel like if I'm not in if it's been a few days since I haven't been in my bedroom studio, well, it's not a bedroom studio anymore. It's just studio. If I haven't been in it, doing some kind of creative work, I'm getting itchy skin, bugs under my, no, I just, I crave it. It's something that I can't go without.
Sounds like an addiction.
It is. Creativity is an addiction.
One of the best kinds.
It's my favorite addiction.
Yeah, that's cool. So on talking about the creative sphere of things and music, you sing, you play guitar, play keyboards, any other instruments?
All the keyboards.
Any
the keyboard. If you want me to play your keyboard at home, I'll play it.
And you also have been doing quite a bit of music production more recently.
True.
So I would like to touch on that. So where did that journey start with music and music production?
So long story short, I was a kid in grade 11. I felt a call of God on my life in some, for ministry in some aspect. I thought it was going to look like me being in a pastoral role. It still might. But anyway, I was at a conference and God gave me a word, and this was the word, put this in quotation marks. You will write songs one day that the world will hear. And I was far out. That sounds way too big for a little dude, a little 5'8" dude like me.
From old country town, Bundaberg.
Yeah, exactly. I was okay, sick. I had no desire to write songs or anything. I had grown up playing instruments, and it always felt like music was something that I really gravitated towards naturally. I just felt naturally I was very good at it. But I never thought I would do anything with it. And then I got that word over my life, and I was right, I got out of we finished the conference, and I told the youth pastor at the time, and they said, right, they looked me dead in the eyes, death stared me, as I'm telling them this vision, this dream, this new dream over my life that I didn't even know if I was going to pursue or not. And they were like, what are you going to do about it? And I'm and then that's when it all began. From there, I started buying equipment. I got a microphone. I God opened so many door after door after door to allow this to happen. My Ben, shout out Ben Miller, amazing man. He gave me a copy of his Ableton Live 9 standard version, and I started using that. And then I moved on to pirating software.
Yeah.
And plugins and stuff like that.
Ooh.
And then I got my laptop full of viruses, and I had to get a new one, and I learnt my lesson. And now everything I own is 100% natural, and I paid for all of it because I was allowed a lot of student discounts student discounts and stuff like that with my degree. But long story short, God opened so many doors, and it's been a very long process of like there's the skill gap with music production is so high. Like
Yeah.
even the top producers, they're still learning new stuff.
Yeah.
So I've just been learning nonstop for the past 4 years now, and yeah.
So that's really cool. So that's sort of like that moment where you're at that conference there and someone spoke into your life was like sort of the spark of this, the spark of a
100%.
dream, the start of something new.
It ignited my dream.
This is the start. I can't sing. What's that?
Neither can I.
Of something new. I'm going to cut that out.
No,
you know, the High School Musical.
You need to keep that in there.
High School Musical.
Yeah, I know High School Musical.
I'm just going to add this sound in there. You don't know High School Musical.
I said I know it.
Your face was like, nah.
Hey, I watched it like a year ago. I just can't remember. I do remember something from High School Musical. I play basketball as a hobby, and anytime I see a basketball scene in a movie, I cringe because of the choreography for it. Troy Bolton.
But it's viral, like everyone knows it.
Yeah, because all of the little teenage girls, well, they're probably like adults now, but that's why there's 50% of the population are female, and apparently they're all teenagers who like High School Musical.
Okay, I did not know that.
And Elisha's one of them.
No, I enjoyed High School Musical at the time. But yeah, jumping back, talking about the start of something new, the spark that started this dream. Where are you at now since that point? That was 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for years, I wrestled with not feeling good enough because I feel like my taste for what I thought sounded good developed a lot faster than what I was able to actually produce skills-wise. So this year has really been only the first year that I've actually felt like I was good enough to start releasing stuff because like I don't have a record label or anything like that. Like I have to produce it from scratch, like write the lyrics for a song and mix it myself. And there's a lot that goes into it. But what was your question again?
So what are you doing now with music?
So I feel like now I'm at a level where I don't really have to think too much about, is this good enough? Is my quality enough? Now it's literally just about trying to finish as much music as I can and start releasing it and trying to promote it. Like that's my, I guess, goal for my own personal music.
Yeah.
But I'm also so for our youth group at Relevate, we're writing songs as well, which you'd know because you go to our youth group.
Shout out to Relevate Youth.
Relevate Youth Gang.
Grades 7 to 12 in Bundaberg, Queensland.
We out here on a Friday night.
But yeah, so you were saying before about your taste when you first started, your taste sort of like increased a lot faster than you thought.
My powers doubled.
So now, would you say that your skill level has caught up quite a bit with that now?
100%.
Yeah. That's awesome because I know like in most creative fields and stuff, when you start doing something, what you start, like your skill level might be very low, but your taste can be like all the way over here. I'll put a graphic in the video and on Instagram. So it takes a while for your skill level to develop up to where your taste is. I definitely feel that. But yeah, that's cool. So with your music and with your production, why are you doing it? Like, what is your big why? What pushes you at the moment when it comes to music, when it comes to creating songs, writing lyrics? Why?
Wow, that's a deep question. I think it started with I wanted to be obedient to God, and now I just want to be rich and famous. Complete Total Drama Island vibes over here. No, it's it started with I just wanted to be obedient to the call of God on my life, and like as the more I did it, it just made complete sense to go down this route. And I think more recently, music to me, I know, like throughout all of my hardest times in life, music has been one of the biggest things that's helped me.
Yeah.
And if I could be that for someone else, that would mean the world to me. To have, even if it's just one person, to have them say, hey, Arran, I am the way I am today, or I am where I am right now because of the music that, like, your music touched my life, or your music saved my life, or whatever.
Or this
like,
song got me out of a really hard
yeah,
place.
like,
or...
I think that's amazing. And
Yeah.
us as humans, we put up so many different walls and, I guess, defensive mechanisms to stop people from getting in. But music's one of those things where it can kind of just like enter our hearts uninvited.
Yeah.
It just like kicks the door down and comes straight in.
No, that's cool. And yeah, I think we've chatted about it before, about how like you're literally speaking words into people's life and into their life through music.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, that's crazy. You can like create a song that anyone around the world could listen to.
Yeah, I know, right? Like the influence there is so big, and it's a massive responsibility. But like, I really don't want to dream little with it. Like, the word of God over my life was, you'll write songs one day that the world will hear. To me, that sounds like really large scale kind of thing. Even though I think it's the words already technically come true, because like my first single that I released like 3 weeks ago.
Congratulations, by the way.
3 weeks ago.
First single on Spotify, everyone.
Yeah.
We'll put the link in the description.
Oh, will you? Thanks for the shout out, dude. Appreciate it. But yeah, I think I have like at least one listener from a lot of different countries.
Yeah. That's
Nice.
Cool. That's exciting. Like, it's crazy.
It's all the early stages, the beginnings of it.
One thing that I do admire is the fact that, you had the dream, you had that spark, you had that initial desire, and you've put in the effort and you've put in the time. Like, there's still a long way to go, and, you're still early stages in the journey, but you put in the effort to start working out what skills you needed to develop, working out how that dream could actually come to fruition and come to life. I think a lot of times people can get a dream or get this big vision for something, and then that's it. That's all it ever is.
Yeah.
And one thing I've been saying in a few conversations is that I don't just want to be a dreamer. Like, I want to be, this might sound corny, but I want to be a dream maker. Like, I want to actually build a dream builder. Actually, I want to actually work on those things so that they come to life.
Yeah, for sure.
Because a dream, in a dream in our minds, or a dream in our head that never comes to fruition, never helps anyone, never makes a difference, never does anything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the analogy of, planting a seed in the ground. If you just hold on to that seed and you never plant it.
I got a word.
Yeah.
You're just holding it in your hand and you never let it go. You never plant it.
Yeah, and it never is able to grow, to flourish, and to give fruit for you and for others. And that's one thing I like, I think we all have, a unique place in life. We all have different skills and different talents and different passions and different interests. But I think 100%. We all, and I think we all have something of worth to present, to give to the people around us, to give to the world around us that can make a difference.
Yeah, 100%. Can I, on that question
that
you had, also, like, my focus has also more shift towards making music for, like, church and our youth group, because while, I don't know, there's just something about, like, in congregational songs, you're putting faith statements into the mouths of people. And my goal for this year is to produce an album, like, from our, like, out of our youth group. This album is birthed, and there's a lot of songwriters that are involved in it, but I guess, like, I'm the producer, so I did the production and whatever for the songs, but I guess I never really thought that it would be, like, from what I've seen so far, I'm blown away by the impact that the songs that we haven't even finished writing yet could have on people. Like, we did a writing session a few weeks ago, and one of my friends sent, like, a reaction from the demo that I posted in the group chat, like, from their friend in another town. And this person had literally, like, been crying, like, when they heard this song.
Wow.
And, like, just, like, I heard their shaky voice, because they sent through some voice memos to this person. like this person's voice is all shaky, and like God had touched this person through that song.
How
That
did you
hadn't even
feel
been.
in that moment?
My jaw like hit the ground because I don't know how to say this. Literally, like I think half of the reason why I also stuck with making music for over 4 years is because I found so much enjoyment in it, and
Yeah,
it's been
yeah,
so fun. And like I never really planned out, right, this year I'm going to learn this, next year I'm going to learn this. It's just been a very organic process of just writing, like writing lyrics, learning new production stuff, and like over time I've just organically improved to the point where I guess like I only had the realization very recently that this is actually going to be something so big and important and significant, and it's going to impact so many lives, and I got to be a part of it, and God used like a nobody like me. I'm just blown away, and I can't take any glory for it because I feel like if I never got that word in the first place,
yeah,
I'd never wouldn't even be here. And
yeah,
without the right people that God brought into my life around me, I
yeah.
wouldn't be here. But yeah, this girl was crying after like they heard the song, and I was just blown away.
And I think moments like that would help continue, the drive and help you on the days
Oh
when,
yeah, because
yeah,
there's been a lot of days like that too. That's the days that people don't see.
yeah, when you hit those blocks or you hit those, you just I don't know,
Yeah.
what is it like for you those
What, hitting
days?
writer's blocks?
Yeah,
Well, I think it's very important for everyone to understand that in like the business of songwriting, you will 100% write infinitely more terrible songs
yeah,
than you do good songs, even if you're a really good songwriter. Like if you flick open like Twitch and if you watch a Twitch, if you watch a Twitch, oh my gosh, if you watch a, if you watch a Twitch stream of like Ian Kirkpatrick, right? He's the producer for like one of the producers for Justin Bieber. He's done like a lot of Dua Lipa stuff.
yeah,
World class producer, right? Like billions of streams behind his name.
yeah,
If
yeah,
you watch him just Twitch streaming, making random songs, a lot of them aren't really that good. But it's always like, well, for me personally, a lot of the time I'll go through 4 different ideas before I find one that I actually really like, and I'll flesh out further and try and write lyrics to. It's
yeah,
almost like
yeah,
you're just having fun, but you're also just throwing mud at the wall, and hopefully
yeah,
like one piece will stick, and then you work on that. Other times though, like I might write something that I really like the first time. It all just depends. Some songs really feel like just a gift
yeah,
that you've
yeah.
been given.
I definitely resonate with that because like I do a lot of writing, um, and currently working on 2 different books. But there's sometimes I can sit down and I could write out 2,000 words in just like easy, just like nonstop, no issue, just write it out, and I just get inspired by this topic that I'm writing on or something. And then other times I could sit down and not know what to write. But I've
Yeah.
heard I've heard a few different people talk about writer's block, and I think most of the time it's not so much.
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Say it. Say
It's
it.
not so much that we don't have anything to write. It's more the fact of either our ego or perfectionism of we want to write the perfect
I
thing.
resonate with that so hard.
Yeah, or the best thing the first go
Yeah.
round. Mm.
Because writer's block isn't a thing when
Yeah.
you're just starting out, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you're just happy to make crap.
Yeah, you can write anything.
But as you get better and as your taste develops, then you're a lot more particular about what, and like you could get hung up on one little thing for ages.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's cool. So I would love to, in another episode, go a bit deeper in the creative process. We're not
We
finished
done?
yet. We're not
Oh.
finished yet. But I feel like you'll need a bit of time to chat about this. But the creative process of actually writing a song, from like, coming up with the lyrics to just a bit of the overview of the production.
Honestly, it's really not that complicated.
Yeah.
Like, to produce like the bare bones and lyrics and stuff, legit, just pull up Rhyme Zone on Google and just start rhyming away. Google what rhymes with love. And
Dove.
then, so yeah, ready? Let's do it. We'll write a song right
All
now.
right, we're
for
opening up
fans.
rhymezone.com. What word are we going to type in?
Type in mum.
Mum.
Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Mum. Right, mum, shout out to you. This song's for you. Every time I think about my mum, my heart is beating like a drum.
I'm feeling pretty numb. No.
Every time I felt numb, the world made me feel dumb. My mum would cook me a plum. And like it just flows, you know?
Oh, that's cool.
My mum was a natural green thumb. She also had a lot of breadcrumbs. And she also hit the bass drum. And that's where I learned how to make a hard drop from my mum's bass drum. And also watching Skrillex.
That's cool. That's creative. So, when it comes to lyrics, so like what's the next step in the process? Because
Like the way that I approach lyrics is I really want to convey a feeling the best way I can. And like the way that I approach songwriting is I take a lot of different aspects of things that I've been through in my life and I'll encompass it in a feeling, and I'll just draw from every different experience that I've had in my life, or I know of other people who have had an experience which would make them feel a certain way. And I'll draw from all those inspirations, I guess. But as far as like practically writing lyrics, I'm very big on if my vowels aren't rhyming, like if the lyrics don't flow well and the rhyming isn't good in it, then like if I'm listening to a song and there's no real like rhyming or anything, I instantly think like, oh well, like this is lazy songwriting.
yeah,
Not that you have to rhyme every single thing perfectly like what we did before, because that can be cringe.
yeah,
Especially when there's only a finite combination of lyrics, because you'll hear a lot of, the more you listen to music, the more you hear overlap. Like I think I've heard heart rhymed with apart like so many times now. Like, oh my heart, I'm breaking apart, whatever. Like I've heard stuff like that so many times.
Starts to lack like uniqueness.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't really have to, words don't have to fully rhyme. It can just be vowels.
Yeah.
So like, can I think of an example? Like orange and door hinge. I guess that's kind of the same thing.
Orange door hinge.
But like, I don't know. Like you just, as long as vowels, like dove and, let's say like dove and mum, they both have an vowel in them. So they're not fully rhyming, but you could get away with that. And that opens up the floor a lot with lyric writing, because you don't have to get...
I haven't thought about that before.
As long as the vowels, right? Like if you listen to lyrics, vowels will often rhyme.
Yeah.
They'll have the same vowel. And even better, if you have vowels rhyming throughout like the first verse and the verse under that, it's like through the whole thing. What's that song recently by the Chainsmokers? I went, like the lyrics, the start of iPad is like, I went through your iPad looking for something that I used to have. So iPad have, but they have the same A vowel, so that flows there. Guess I finally lost my mind. And then, what's the next verse? Can we pull up the lyrics
What's
for that?
the song called?
iPad, Chainsmokers. You can cut some of this and we can go, I can restart it.
iPad, Chainsmokers.
Lyrics. If you look at their lyrics, and so many songs do this, but I go through your iPad looking for something that I used to have. It's right there. Guess I finally lost my mind. I wish I could see that A vowel? Different. Back is the same vowel.
Yeah.
iPad, have, back, go back, place we met, start this up a second time. And then they rhymed. They not only rhymed the endings of both verses, so they rhymed mind with time. The same vowels, I vowel. They have like 3 different vowels rhyming throughout the flow of the verses. Yeah. And that adds for a very good, like cohesive sounding meaningful lyrics kind of thing.
Okay. You're living in a past life, 25, all your friends are verified.
Yeah, we can pull it up there.
Yeah, that's cool.
But that's the only example I could think of.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Thanks for the example. Yeah.
And then you just add like pop songs. All pop songs are just like chords. So most pop songs are just a 4-chord wonder.
Taylor Swift.
Yep. So I always start with either guitar or a piano, and I'll just try different stuff, or like a synth.
Yeah.
And I'll just play a chord progression. Then I normally add percussion, like some snaps and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I just flesh it out from there.
That's really cool. And you do all that through Ableton.
Yes.
It's a music production.
Shout out Ableton. But if you use Logic Pro, that's okay. If you use FL Studio, you need to leave. Unless you're a beat maker, then it makes sense for you.
Yeah, so it's cool to get some insight into the process behind writing a song. That's awesome. We might have to do a YouTube video one time where we like make up a song on the spot based off of words that people send in or something.
Dude, that would be so much fun. I would love to do that.
We should. One of the questions that I'm trying to ask everyone is, what does creativity mean to you? So obviously, you know, there's a lot of creative elements, and the whole process of writing music and creating music and all of that is a very creative. But what does creativity mean to you? Like, what do you think of?
I think creativity is just, I don't know if spontaneous is the right word. It can be, but it's just like expression, a unique expression of who we are as individuals.
Yeah.
And it's definitely like, I feel like a God-given thing but I also feel like everyone has it to some capacity.
Everyone has, the ability to like be creative.
Yeah, to create something unique.
To create something unique.
Yeah. I haven't really thought a whole lot about what creativity means to me. I guess it's actually no. I just thought of something. Creativity is like complete freedom, where I can create whatever my mind is like thinking. I can be innovative and create new things that the world has like never heard of before. And there's always, because we have certain tastes, there'll always be elements of other things that we like, but we're creating something unique, and it draws from different elements, but it's like a kind of our own expression of something.
Something that's inspired us.
Yeah, and it just feels, it's like so freeing.
Yeah.
Because the possibilities are so like endless.
Yeah. I love that. How you said creativity is freedom. Like, we could get real technical in terms of creativity and talk about how sometimes it's good to have constraints and, you know, parameters to work within, but at its very core, the ability to just create anything, to make something new. And that could literally be like woodwork, like making a table, building. For sure. We've made a table before out of pallets.
Yeah, before I was in on music, I was actually a part-time table maker with Elisha.
For 2 days.
Yeah.
But yeah, the ability to create content, so like digital content, music, writing, like anything, like
YouTube videos.
Yeah.
A lot of creativity in there.
And I think that is incredible, that we can take something that we've been inspired from, something that we're passionate about, or something that we love, turn it into something that other people can listen to or read or see. Yeah.
And it's like, it's a part of you that you're giving away to other people.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of creative work can be very personal. So it can be like really scary to put it out there, I guess.
Yeah. I've sort of heard before that your most this probably isn't always true, but a lot of your greatest work is sometimes some of your most vulnerable work, where it's like really carrying the essence of where you're at and who you are.
Because like, surely there's one person out there in the world that's been through a similar experience to you that would resonate with the story that you're trying to convey through whatever creative aspect you're doing.
Yeah.
You could look at like a painting, like I love Vincent van Gogh, and just like looking at paintings even can like resonate a chord in your heart. It doesn't have to be like a story that you listen to. Just seeing something beautiful creativity is beauty and freedom.
That's cool. So thank you for coming on the podcast and having a chat about some of the stuff you're doing. I am really excited as a friend that you have got your first song on Spotify.
It has over 1,000 plays now.
That's crazy.
It's been 3 weeks and I haven't done like any promo for it at all.
That's really impressive.
So,
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm blown away that my like 230 something monthly listeners decided they wanted to listen to my song 4 times. And you times it by, see, it makes sense. Like 200 times, 250 times like 4 is
1,000. Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, I'm sure you'll get many more streams.
We'll see.
One of the quotes that I just want to finish on is by Morgan Harper Nichols.
I love her.
And in this quote, she's talking about writing, but you can replace writing or think of writing as anything that we create. And she says, writing is a chance to speak to those who don't feel spoken to and put into words what the readers thought they were alone in thinking about.
Damn.
I just think that's a really good quote to end on. I really like it. And it just makes me think that, you know, we have a lot of shared experiences as people, but there's a lot of experiences sometimes that we think we're alone in. And being able to create something that shows someone that, hey, you're not alone.
Yeah.
I've experienced this too.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add before we leave?
Well, I think you can't always... I feel like a lot of people struggle to express how they're feeling and put what they're going through into words. But just hearing someone else's song from a similar experience can really just resonate with someone so much. Even if it's the writer, like the beauty about songwriting is people have their own interpretation of everything.
Yeah.
So something that I write, there's so many different metaphors that people can draw from it. And in that way, it can touch so many different people.
Yeah, that's cool. That's amazing. Well,
thank you for having me, brother.
Thank you for coming on.
Appreciate it.
And I'm sure you'll be on here again sometime.
Yeah, it took you long enough to invite me.
Maybe 10 years wait next time.
Down the track, yeah.
No.
Hopefully by then I'll be able to live off of what I'm doing right now.
That'd be cool. All right. We will see you next time.
Peace out. Peace, love, and happiness be with you and your family and their families. I hope that this podcast blessed you 10 times you thought it would. And I just hope blessings will be on your life because you are a king and a queen and you are going to get your dreams.